really pleased to be back with her mum. Starlight whinnied a welcome and trotted to the gate to meet her daughter. As soon as Kate had unfastened Angel's head collar, the two of them cantered side by side to their favourite spot in the shade of the oak tree. Starlight was the largest of Ellie's 5 ponies, but Angel's spindly legs were so long that she could easily keep up with her mother. The other 4 ponies were standing on the far side of the field, swishing their tails gently to keep the flies away. Shadow, the greedy Shetland, was the only one eating the grass. His best friend Sundance dozed beside him, while Moonbeam and Rainbow stood side by side, watching Angel. Suddenly, a polite cough made Ellie jump, and a deep voice said,
"Excuse me, Princess Aurelia."
She spun round and saw Higginbottom, the butler, standing behind her. She'd been so busy watching the ponies that she hadn't heard his footsteps on the grass. Higginbottom gave a deep bow. As usual, he was wearing his black evening suit and white gloves. She had never seen him in any other clothes, and she had never managed to persuade him to call her Ellie. Like everyone else at the palace, he insisted on calling her by her real name. He straightened up and announced,
"The King and Queen would like you to join them for tea in the parlour as soon as possible. The new royal designer has arrived, and they want you to meet him."
"Bother," said Ellie. "Why now?" she thought. She hated having to miss time at the stables. "I was going to clean Starlight's saddle before supper." "Never mind," said Kate. "It can wait until tomorrow, and the royal designer might be interesting. I wonder what he's going to design." "No one's told me yet," replied Ellie. She suddenly felt very keen to find out. But as she ran back to the palace, she remembered the horrid driver of the red sports car. "I hope he's not the designer," she thought. She'd already seen enough of that man for one day. Chapter 2. Ellie ran indoors and nearly bumped into her governess, Miss Stringle.
"Where are you going in such a rush?"
she asked. "To the parlour," explained Ellie. "Mum and Dad said I've got to go there straight away. The new designer's arrived." Miss Stringle was unimpressed.
"That is no reason to run. There is always time for a princess to walk in a dignified manner."
She paused and wrinkled her nose in disgust.
"And there's always time to change out of your riding clothes."
Ellie sighed. No one else in the palace seemed to like the smell of horse as much as she did. She walked sedately up the spiral staircase to her room until she was out of Miss Stringle's sight. Then she ran up the remaining steps 2 at a time. Inside her very pink bedroom, she pulled off her stable clothes and wiped the dirt off her face with a wet flannel. Then she put on a frilly pink dress, swapped her everyday crown for a tiara, and hurried down to the parlour. Despite her rush, she couldn't resist stopping at a small table beside the double doors. Standing in the middle of it was her favourite ornament, a beautiful statue of a flying horse made from pure gold. Its glittering wings were encrusted with diamonds, and its eyes were clear blue sapphires. She gazed at it for a moment. Then she forced herself to turn away. Her parents were waiting for her, and she didn't want to get into trouble by being late. She smoothed the front of her skirt, swung open the doors, and stepped into the parlour. The King and Queen smiled at her as she walked in. They were standing beside the marble fireplace, talking to a man who looked horribly familiar. Ellie recognised him immediately. He was the driver of the car.
"Let me introduce you to my daughter,"
said the king.
"How divine,"
said the visitor. He stepped swiftly to Ellie's side, took her hand in his, and gave a very theatrical bow.
"Lord Leo of Vincent at your service, your highness."
"Hello," replied Ellie.